All right, let's talk about prediabetes, not the Google definition, not the confusing medical jargon. You see, I want to explain in plain English what's actually going on in your body and why prediabetes is not the end of the road. In fact, it might be your biggest opportunity to take back control of your health before things get worse. So, here's what prediabetes actually is. It means your blood sugar is higher than it should be, but not quite high enough for us to diagnose you with type 2 diabetes. Think of it like a sort of yellow traffic light, not red, not green, just flashing, telling you to slow down, pay attention, and maybe change direction. Now, here's the hard bit. Most people don't even know that they've got it. Why? Because you often feel fine. You might be carrying a bit of belly fat, maybe feeling more tired, getting sugar crashes in the afternoon, struggling to lose weight even though you're not eating that much. But none of it feels dramatic enough to scream health emergency. So people often ignore the signs until something forces their hand. Now, let me tell you about one of my patients that's all in clinic. Let's call her Linda. Linda was in her early 40s. She had 2 kids. She worked full time. She came to see me about low energy and a bit of brain fog. This is really common. This is nothing major, but during her blood test, I noticed that her HbA1c, and this is the blood test that measures average blood sugar over a few months, this was sitting around 44. This is a pre-diabetic range. She was shocked. She told me, "But I don't even eat that much sugar, doctor. I don't snack, I eat home-cooked food." And she was right, it wasn't about sugar in the obvious sense. It was a pattern. Eating late, not moving much, sleep all over the place, constant stress and always tired. You see, her body was burning out, slowly. Now, let's talk about the signs, because once you understand this next part, everything starts to click. When you eat food, especially your carbs, your body breaks it down into glucose, sugar. This enters your bloodstream. Now, to deal with all that sugar, your pancreas releases insulin. Think of insulin like a bit of a key. It unlocks your cells so they can absorb the sugar and turn it into energy. But in prediabetes, your cells start ignoring that key. They become resistant. So now the sugar stays in your blood longer and your pancreas says, right, let's make more insulin. And for a while that works, but your pancreas is now working overtime constantly. Eventually, it gets tired, it can't keep up. That's when your blood sugar rises even further and you cross into type 2 diabetes. But here's the good news. At the pre-diabetic stage, your body is still fighting, your pancreas still works. Your cells are still responsive if you give them the right conditions. This is exactly where my patient was. And I told her, look, if you make some real changes over the next few months, we can turn this around. And she did. She didn't go on a strict keto diet or anything ridiculous. She didn't need to join a gym or do any crazy workouts. She just started applying the basics. I call these basics the health formula. She got more steps daily. She started eating more protein and fiber with every meal. She cut down on the late night eating. She fixed her sleep. And perhaps more importantly, she started believing that she had control. See, 3 months later, her HbA1c had dropped to 38, normal. She felt energized, lighter, and clearer. And here's the thing, she's not exceptional. She was just being consistent. And that's what I say, prediabetes is not a life sentence. It's an invitation. Now, let me quickly touch on why this matters more than ever. You see, right now in the UK, millions of people are walking around with prediabetes and have no idea. They feel tired, foggy, and frustrated with their health and think, it's just age or stress. But if we wait until the diagnosis becomes type 2 diabetes, we've lost precious time. So I'm making this video because I really want you to know. I want you to know what's happening in your body, why you're not lazy or weak, and what you can do starting today. And if you're thinking, but I've tried before and nothing worked, I get it. I've been there too. See, 6 months after my second daughter was born, I looked in the mirror and didn't recognize myself. I was tired, I was heavy, I wasn't my usual self. A health check showed that my blood pressure was creeping up. My waistline was growing every single month. And I realized I knew all the theory, but I wasn't really living it. So I made a choice, not to do anything extreme, but to return to the basics consistently. Hydration, eating smart, keeping my activity levels at a good level, limiting my junk food, really prioritizing my sleep and keeping healthy habits. It's just simple, but it's powerful. That's the health formula. And it really saved my life and saved my health. So here's your takeaway today. Prediabetes is reversible. You just need a system that actually works and a reason to care. And if no one's told you this before, let me be the first. You can do this. Your body wants to heal. You just need to give it the right conditions. It's Dr. Derek here. As always, I truly care about your health and I wish you the very best.